Welcome to Black is One, where the agenda is to edify and unify the black race so that we can build and prosper. Now I'm continuing with my profiles for countries that are in the World Cup. What is their history with us and what is their current relationships with us? I'm basically checking their files to see if they owe us as black people anything. I did a profile on Belgium already, so in this video I'm going to be talking about France. Now, France is probably the worst colonialist to have ever set foot on African soil. I can't even go through the atrocities, the things that France has done. I invite you to do some reading on France's colonial history in Africa. I'm gonna leave you to do that part of it for yourself. Now, just to say, France was present at the Berlin Conference in 1886, where European powers came together to decide which part of Africa they want to steal, they want to capture, they want to take, just like that. They got 16 countries: Mauritania, Senegal, part of Sudan, Mali, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Benin, Niger, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, parts of Chad, Gabon, parts of Cameroon, and parts of Togo. Now, as usual, as the colonial powers do, what they were doing there was to extract the people's labor, black people's labor, forced labor, using black people to mine their own gold and platinum and other resources to send back to France. Now, all these countries that I talked about a while ago are richer than France in terms of resources, but today they live below the poverty line, partly because of what France had been doing for like 100 years. I'm not going to even mention some of the allegations against them in the Sahel region about them supporting terrorists against African states and so on. I don't know enough about that to get into that conversation. But to know what France did in Guinea in 1960, when the leader of Guinea at the time, the first potential president, decided that they wanted to chart a course for himself, that he wanted Guineans to be in charge of their own country. We know the story, that France destroyed the country before they left, crushing tractors and crushing equipments, burning down schools and destroying medicines, flooding the country with counterfeit notes and all these things. I did a video a few days ago about some French miners in Burkina Faso. You might say that what happened in Guinea is history, but what happened in Burkina Faso is this year, 2022, where you see the miners were leaving Burkina Faso because they were not happy with the new terms that the government proposed, supposed to run the country. And before they left, they crushed the equipments. You saw it in the video, where they used the tractor to crush the vehicles. Haiti is also a French story. France is implicated in the poverty of Haiti. In 1825, France demanded 150 million francs as reparation from Haiti for fighting for their own freedom. It took the country 122 years to pay it off. That amount of money worked out to $21 billion. During that period of time, Haiti was forced to export to France at half price. Can you believe that? A poor, quote-unquote, underdeveloped third world country having to export their products to France, the country of love, for half price. France was involved with Belgium in murdering Patrice Lumumba from the DRC. We are told that they melted down his body with acid, only leaving one tooth. But I know that some people is going to say that is history. But up until today, 2022, 14 African countries still have to print their currencies in francs. 14 African countries are still forced to fight for France if France goes to war. They are forced to give France or French companies first preference to build their infrastructure in the country. Right now in 2022, they are forced to keep 80% of their reserves in French banks. Forced to maintain a French education system. And all this is happening in the background while the World Cup is taking place. It is in that context I ask my question: how can any black person support France in anything? How can any black person put on a France jersey or fly a French flag? Like I said about Belgium, I'm not perpetually against France. I'll fly the French flag someday, but they first have to settle their account with us. They can start by paying back Haiti, for example, $21 billion for fighting for their own freedom. Black is one. Live the revolution.